Hello, my name is Mark Foster. I'm the admissions tutor, but I'm also a program director for one of the programs I'll go through with you later in this presentation. Thanks for joining us. As Andy said, hopefully you'll gain some information from this presentation. I suppose the big question is, why Birmingham Business School? Well, we have been teaching business now for over 100 years. We have the prestigious Triple Crown accreditation. Basically, those are the quality assurance organizations that look into the standards of teaching and learning at business schools, and effectively they've given us top marks. We have partnerships with business, KPMG, Capgemini, Lloyds Banking spring to mind, but also smaller independent businesses as well. The faculty, well, we're all based in a dedicated and largely autonomous business school. We like to think that we set our own rules within the university, and we like to think that we plough our own furrow. We look at a wide set of business models within the programs. Obviously, we look at corporations. They tend to be the ones that get the most attention, particularly in the news. But having said that, 90% of UK companies are made up of 10 or fewer employees. So we look at small firms as well. And we look at entrepreneurship. We hope by doing that, it reflects the diverse set of economic activities within the city of Birmingham and the surrounding area. Why Birmingham Business School? Well, great employability. I'll come on to that in more depth in a moment. The Chartered Management Institute has recognized the programs, and you can, if you sign up in your final year, get accreditation at level 5. That's effectively putting you up the rung of the professional development ladder a bit. Likewise, the Chartered Institute of Marketing has given accreditation to the With Marketing program. And again, that puts you up a couple of rungs on the ladder. Now, going back to employability, in the past few years, 6 months after graduation, around 90% of students from Birmingham Business School went on to a graduate job or continued in education. And 93% of our business management students would recommend the University of Birmingham as a great place to study. That's based on the National Student Survey in 2017. But what's good for us here in the business school is that 81% of students expressed overall satisfaction with their learning experience on the business management programs. That's, again, the NSS survey 2018, and that's up from 74% in 2017. So we're hopefully traveling in the right direction in terms of student satisfaction. Why Birmingham Business School? Well, what you're looking at the moment is a £28 million extension to the school. You'll see on the left-hand side, that's the well, actually, it was originally a dormitory for female students, but it's been the home of the business school since many years ago. And in '96, it had an extension. And last year, this new extension opened, and it allows faculty to have more small group working with students, more tutorials and more seminars, and it is a state-of-the-art building. The pathways that we offer, well, there's the straightforward 3-year business management undergraduate course. There's business management with communications, which I'm the director, and there's business management with marketing. Then 4-year course, business management with year in industry, and you can do that with communications and also with marketing. And international business, again, that's a 4-year program, and you can do that with business and with a language if you're studying a language, particularly if you want to go and develop that in your year abroad. Typical way of that a program would look in year 1, it's a common first year. All of these modules are compulsory. Each year is made up of a number of modules, and each module is worth 20 credits, and you need to attain 120 credits a year. And so year 1, organizations, management, entrepreneurship, that's looking at the structures, cultures, individuals who make up the workplace. Students are encouraged to think like entrepreneurs and recognize business opportunities when they occur. Introduction to marketing and communications. Well, if you decide, well, sorry, you don't decide because you've got to do it. But if you'll see me, that's one of the modules that I deliver, both the marketing and communications. Marketing very much is foundation into the world of marketing, looking at the basic principles like product place, promotion, and price, the 4 Ps as they're known, and also looking at the corporate communications, the corporate story, like the organization, its culture, image, the individuals that make it up, and that's both for internal and external audiences. Managing financial resources, well, that's really the nuts and bolts of running a company. Students are shown how to not just understand corporate financial reports, but also to interpret them to enable better decision making. Economics, A or B, depends on your mathematical ability or grades at A level. Management, education and learning, well, that's really your personal, professional and academic development as you progress through your career at university. Digital business, well, that reflects the ongoing march of businesses towards the digital side of technology. Students look at, among other things, data analytics and digital strategies. And finally, widening business horizons. This enables students to look at business issues on a global stage. So they're looking at knowledge creation, artificial intelligence, and leadership. Now, as you progress, you'll find that you have more choice over the modules that you take. So in your second and final years, the number of compulsory modules declines, and you can shape your degree according to taste, what you like, employment opportunities if you're looking ahead when you graduate, and also capability. What are you actually good at? And modules are offered in the various areas like responsible business. I mentioned Lloyd's Banking. We have a partnership with them in that area. Research methods, management, marketing, communications. Obviously, if you're doing with marketing, with communications, those are compulsory anyway. Finance, business economics, and international business and strategy. So you can see there's a wide field for you to choose from. Now, if you're doing business management with communications, that's sometimes known as business management with creativity. So if you've got a sort of arts feel to you rather than the science, then maybe this is something you consider. If you're interested in communication, then maybe this is something for you. I mean, research shows that organizations that have effective communication structures perform better than those that don't. It's quite inventive, it is creative. Assignments include, for example, individual podcasts and group video production. We have specialist guest lectures. We've had them from leading PR companies. We've had them from the BBC, from Greenpeace even. And you'll look at internal, external communications, corporate reputation, creative campaign production, and there will be a communications placement. Now, that's normally taken at the end of the second year during the summer break, so between the second and third year, depending on which program you're doing, and that involves 100 hours in a communications role with an organization. And we've seen graduates go on to be employed in marketing communications, PR, corporate communications, social and digital media agencies, but many other areas as well. Some indeed have set up their own businesses. With marketing, well, that's a pathway for specializing in marketing theory and practice, and it's been developed by world-renowned marketing academics here at the business school, some of whom have written the texts that you will read. A lot of year in industry placements were in the marketing area, and we're now widening that scope. There is, by the way, a dedicated year in industry team to help you find placements. And as I said before, it's recognized by the Chartered Institute of Marketing. International business, well, that is a 4-year course. The years 1, 2, and the final year are spent studying at Birmingham. Year 3 would be abroad at one of our exchange partners. For example, we've got partners in Spain, South Korea, Singapore, France, Germany, Ireland, Italy, Sweden, Canada, Japan, and many more. There is a team that can help you with this, but also If you want to, if you really want to go and study somewhere, you can go and find your own partner academic institution. I once had a student who was absolutely determined to go and study in the United States and managed to find her own place at Kansas University. Year in industry, again, 4 years, years 1, 2, and the final year spent at Birmingham. Year 3, well, that's spent working at a graduate level role, can be in the UK, but also can be abroad. Like I said before, you do get support from the dedicated year in industry careers team. And placements are available at companies like Morgan Stanley, Microsoft, Aldi, KPMG, Warner Brothers and Disney. Doesn't mean to say it's a Mickey Mouse degree if you go to Disney, ha ha. But there are also smaller companies that students have gone to, and it's enabled them in some ways to make more of an impact. And again, students can find their own placements. Going back to one of my students, desperately wanted to go and work in New York, so found his own place at the leading PR company there. All the programs are taught over 2 semesters, and we recognize that, you know, from the start of the semester to the end of it, you might have forgotten what you studied at the beginning. So revision and support weeks are built into that program. So you're not going to be thrown into exams or assignments without the opportunity to mug up on the subject. And assessments are staged throughout and at the end of each semester. And we do try to pace them so that you don't get a glut of assessments over a particular holiday period. We do have big lectures. We do have a large cohort. Sometimes lectures are 300 or more students, but equally we are very keen to have small group working, break those large cohorts down into seminars and tutorials to enable you to get more interaction with fellow students and also your tutors and lecturers. We work with a variety of media, assessments, particularly now, as I mentioned, video, podcasts, posters, magazines, presentations, in the hope that students get to express themselves as well as they can through a variety of media. We have industry experts who come in to help deliver the modules and also assess them. There is, as you might imagine, a lot of digital content. It's held on something called Canvas, which is the virtual learning environment, which you will become very familiar with if you come here. And as I said, we've got a varied assessment structure. What we want from you? Well, grades A, B at A level, or International Baccalaureate with a 32 overall score. You must have at least grades B in English language and maths at GCSE level. And I'm afraid that's a deal breaker. If you haven't got that, you'll have to go back and resit it. If you're doing a BTEC, then yeah, 3 distinctions are required. But beyond the qualifications, what we also want from you are inquiring minds, students who want to find out about the world of business and what is actually going on, students who are motivated, self-driven, and also students who want to challenge the status quo, who want to question us. Effectively, we're all learning as we go along. In addition to that, we have what's called Your Birmingham offer. This is individual to you. It will take into account not just baccalaureates and A-levels, but it will look at your GCSE results, look at the studies, subjects you're studying, as well as the main ones. Clearly your predicted grades, but also looking at your personal statement and your school reference. And so don't think that personal statements don't get read. They are important. They can make the difference between being accepted or not. So that's something you do need to work on. And it will also look at your personal circumstances. You know, your school, is it in an underperforming category? Household income, any caring responsibilities, and where do you live? So we take all of that into account. But if you want to find out more about that, then have a look and complete our offer calculator or speak to an admissions tutor. This is being recorded, so you'll have ample time to go back over some sections, but here are the contact details. Admissions inquiries, program directors for marketing, that's Doha Istanbulia. And for me, it's, you can see there, it's m.foster.1. So hopefully you found that of use. Hopefully it's given you a taste for the type of university you would be entering. Good luck with your studies, and I hope to see some of you at the university, at the business school in the autumn of 2021.